Hey, let's circle back with Tesla. It's been about a week, but lots of news items. One is actually pretty important. It'll be, if you want to skip ahead, probably be in the middle, right before the technical analysis. But overall, the price has gone from about 247 and it's right around about 249. It's currently in the middle of the trading day, so that might fluctuate a little bit when we get to the technical analysis. But for now, let's just go through the news and then we'll see if now's a good time to pick this one up. So, just to start off, Tesla is releasing a refreshed Model 3 with longer driving range in China. This is kind of nice in one way because with this refreshed model, the price is going to be higher on that model. But this also might just be due to, it's an improved product. So to have the price go a little bit higher, that kind of makes sense. And it also noted that they had a price reduction in the full self-driving option, going from 15,000 down to 12,000. We'll see how that impacts the financial statements, but uh, just something new. We brought this up last week, how the U.S. judge approved, or I guess he didn't approve at the time, but we expected him to approve these payouts from an Elon Musk SEC settlement. So the federal judge authorized the payout of about $41.5 million to investors who lost money when Elon Musk basically tweeted out that he was considering taking the company private, and he had the funds like ready to do so. And that the result is they ended up getting into a fine for about $41.5 million. Half of it's going to come from Tesla, and half of it will come from Elon Musk itself. So it shouldn't make an impact, but clearly that could have been avoided. So hopefully going forward we don't run into something like that. We also have Tesla China extending its delivery time for the Model Y long range to 6 to 8 weeks. And article continues on to kind of show some positive things here. So we might run into a good quarter here. They sold about 84,000 China made EVs in August, showing a roughly 9% rise from a year earlier. And then it also says the sales of China made Model 3 and Y cars rose about 31% from a month earlier. That's quite a jump. Uh, we'll probably see that on the financial statements. But yeah, that's not sure how sustainable that is, but to see a big jump, I don't know if they just had a really bad previous month and I just don't, it's not coming to memory, but to see a jump like that, we always like to see that. We also have Tesla is going to be suing a Chinese firm over tech secret infringement. So this is Tesla Shanghai. It's suing for the tech secret infringement and unfair competition disputes. And this is against the company Bingling Intelligent Technology. They're a chip designer and auto parts maker. The case is going to be heard on October 10th. So uh, we'll just see that, I guess, in a month's time. Not sure if anything will pop up, but we'll keep an eye out for it. We also see that Tesla suppliers are saying the car maker expects a 2026 or 2027 Mexico production start. So clearly they're pushing it back a little bit. That's probably about a year or 2 years if it's 2027, because I believe the original start was about 2025. That's what they were projecting, and it already looks like it got pushed back a year, but that's so far down the road. Things can change, but we'll keep an eye out for it. This one's kind of relevant, actually, considering there's union workers happening. There's like a big contract coming up, I think, with all the automakers, except for Tesla, because they don't have a union yet. But Tesla pushes the U.S. Appeals Court to uphold a ban on workers' union t shirts. So Tesla first required company shirts during a union drive at factories. I think it was just like a black shirt with maybe the logo. And the labor board said no special circumstances justified policy. Said no special circumstances justified policy. And so the appeals judge noted that Tesla allowed union stickers and other items apparently. So yeah, the the union that's trying to build its case into Tesla, and this is probably just going to be a thing that happens. Not sure how long it'll take, but we'll see. Yeah, they wanted to wear like union shirts, and Tesla didn't like that. But they said, yeah, you can put a sticker on there or like a pin, but they just didn't want the shirts. And so that's really what this is about. I don't think it'll be a big deal, but if something comes up, we will mention it. And this is the big news. Yeah, so I guess just to start, so just to warm us up, we have massive new Tesla project debut in Arizona. This is going to help with charging station availability and hopefully performance. But yeah, a lot of new Tesla charge points are going to be available in like a couple locations in Arizona and I believe in California. But the big news, this has potential to drive a lot of money to revenue and hopefully at a low cost. I'm not sure how much their chargers cost, but let's just get into it. So Hilton to install Tesla next-gen EV chargers at 2,000 hotels. So Hilton said Thursday that it plans to install at least 6 EV chargers per property at 2,000 hotels in North America. They will buy devices from Tesla. That's huge right there. 6 times 12,000 units right there. And they're also, Hilton is installing up to 20,000 Tesla universal wall connectors, a product designed to seamlessly charge any North American EV, not just Tesla branded ones. The installation begins next year. So we'll see how much this pops. I don't know how much revenue these things cost. I don't recall ever seeing a breakdown of one unit costs X dollars, but these are numbers that should show up in the financial statements and very positive, I think, for the economy and Tesla, of course. But that is huge. I think that's enough to possibly reach a little bit for this because that's clearly going to be a big pop in their financial statements. Again, probably won't see it until next year, but if we pick it up now, once it actually happens and we see the revenue hit, that's when that pop will happen. So it's just kind of looking ahead. But yeah, let's start to shift into the technicals here. So last time we looked at them, this is what the analysts were saying. $24.6 billion in revenue, 80 cents earnings per share this quarter. That's expected. Now looking at it, not much has changed as far as the current quarter. But it's the current year, I believe, went up slightly. So from 99.8 to about 99.9. And this kind of carries over into the next year at 127 from 126.5. So revenue for the current year and next year, that slightly went up. But earnings per share slightly went down. So for this year, they're saying 342, when before it was 344. So not big changes, but still just something I saw. It looks like this might be cut off a little bit, so sorry about that. But yeah, so this shows the last time we looked at it at Tesla. It was trading at 247. Our ideal buy point for the moment was 214 with resistance at 254. And we said there's this slight uptrend since January. We were looking to buy the dips. Decreasing profit margin for gaining market share, potential to miss on earnings or revenue expectations. So let's just look. What's it currently doing in the past week? That uptrend's still in play from January. We're still seeing it. It's on the bottom half. When I look at it, so it's right around 250. So honestly, it hasn't changed much. Over the past week. You can see just the little elevation there. But yeah, we're on the bottom half. So it's definitely closer to the middle. So it doesn't like scream a buy to me, but it's definitely fair value. It's on the lower half of fair value. I think with that Hilton news, might be worth taking a little reach at this point because that news just came out like today. So I don't know if that's enough to really drive it the way I'm thinking it will. Have to do more digging into it, but it seems like overall good news. Um, so yeah, I'm considering reaching for it. Let me know if you would do that, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking about taking a reach here again because I would want it down here. The blue lines here. So number one, there's the purple uptrend lines. The bottom right now, that's about 218, but we have this what I call it's a blue horizontal line here at about 214. Those points are very close. We marked off 214 because, at least in the recent past, it kind of acted as resistance here a couple times, but then it bounced at 214. So a little bit of resistance and support. Here's a little more support going into 2022. Uh, so yeah, I think it could pull back to that point. I wouldn't be surprised, and that would be when I'd want to pick it up. I don't know if we'll see that, especially as time goes on. It's just going to shift up over time. Um, and then 254, again, similar story. It's acted as support and resistance there when we go into the past. And it's right around there. So it might get rejected, pull back to like 220. That's potential. Um, yeah, again, I might reach, but overall, I think it's fair value. Um, yeah, so let's just wrap this up. Here we have Tesla. Currently, it's at 249, maybe 250. The buy point that I'm looking at is 214. Resistance is at 254. Again, right in between those two blue lines. It's just I think overall the uptrend is going to carry this one. So I don't think 254 will give it much resistance. Clearly, it's gone above that just recently, pulled back down below, but it's all because that uptrend. So yeah, I don't think 254 or 214 really have much weight at this point. It's just, again, we've seen that it has some support capabilities, also some resistance capabilities. You can even see it just here a couple months ago, kind of acted as, kind of struggled a little bit, and then it got above, and then when it was pulling back, it kind of stalled out there until it ultimately pulled back. Um, but yeah, just again, playing it right now based on that Hilton news. It's below the fair value point. I feel like it's worth a reach, but again, you can let me know what you want to do. We can update the date to today. Earnings not for another month and a half, roughly. And yeah, so that slight uptrend since January still in play. We're looking to buy the dips. We're expecting a decreasing profit margin for gaining market share. So there's that potential to miss on earnings, revenue, expectations, and probably overall just less earnings per share. But yeah, that Hilton news, I think that's worthy of. We could reach a little bit. It's about $30. Probably only pick up a share for me personally. Um, but yeah, let me know what you would do if you think that's worth, kind of reaching for it. But yeah, that wraps it up. So if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.